checked these private schools who are going to produce the private candidates? Have you checked them? If they have the right equipment for these exams, have you put measures in place to make sure that all the private schools that will provide these private candidates have what it takes to conduct these exams? And I believe that we have people who have who are intellectual enough to carry out these CBE exams. But let's see how it unfolds. Let's see how it unfolds. Yes, we have another story here, and it's concerning the Christian universities. An educational and registrar of Joseph Sawantanka University, Makurdi, Benue State, Dr. John David, has decried the high tuition fees charged by the universities owned by churches. He said that the exorbitant fees made it difficult for children of ordinary members of the church to attend their fees. David also berated the current situation in the education sector in the country, lamenting that the value of education was gradually being debased due to the alleged commercialization of education in the country. He stated this in a lecture he delivered ahead of the 11th and 12th combined convocation ceremony of the Wesley University, Ondo State. The lecture was titled Early Church Fathers as a Panacea for Sustainable Development in Nigeria. The Don said, gradually and steadily, the eastward sound missionary schools are giving way to commercialized and unaffordable schools or miracle centers. It is unbelievable that a church member's child cannot attend a training center set up with the proceeds of offerings and tithes, which the members also made contributions to, owing to the mass indigence. To this, ranks where lies the service-oriented content in the church vision. He expressed worries over the rate of cultism, banditry, kidnapping, and violent lifestyles happening on the campus of the universities in the country, saying many universities have derailed from being the centers of academic excellence that they were originally designed to be. According to him, this ugly situation in the university system has eroded the reading culture, which is supposed to be the centerpiece of the university, and thereby resulting in seriously poor academic performances. He also identified technology as one of the reasons behind the bad behavior of many students in the tertiary institutions, explaining that the use of Android phones and iPhones contributed to problems of the students in the universities. The convocation lecturer, however, suggested the need for proper discipline in the university system to restore the lost glory of the universities and bring back the glory of the country's education sector. You see this story, I am particular about this story, and that is because of its human angle. There are a lot of churches today, and it still boils down to the government, because if our government are particular, consistent, and all about the well-being of their citizenry, I believe that this is not even supposed to be an issue. There are people who attend your church, you get mass wealth from their offerings, from the contributions they make weekly, but this same set of people cannot enjoy from the facilities these offerings bring. They cannot enjoy from it. And you say you are giving back to the society, because if you ask them, they will tell you the universities that the church owns is our social responsibility to the community. How? A layman that attends your church, that contributes their hard-earned money, cannot even partake in what you call the universities. When you ask a poor man to pay over 500,000 every semester or every section of their words stand in school. So tell me, how do you want them to cope? A person that earns just 30,000 in his or her place of work, but is a devoted worshiper in your church. Out of this 30,000, they pay you 3,000 as tithes every, okay, forgive me. They will say you pay 3,000 as tithes, 10% of his salary to God. But you are God's advocate in that church. You take this money, you put them together to create facilities. Tell me why this same person cannot benefit from these facilities. These are things that our government needs to sit up to. Someone will say, what's government business in it? It is the government business. Because some churches pay tax, no matter how small it is. So government should start seeing some things. They should start putting regulations to some things. People should not just wake up one day and determine what the life of other people would look like. Because you are a pastor, you have thousands of people worshiping in your church. You have a lot of people who bow at your feet, that they worship God through you. And you don't want them to live a life that is above yours. When you are actually becoming rich because of what they have invested in your supposed church. So who is fooling who? I think that man has a point. All pastors, I won't miss words of this, and I am not sorry to say it on Edu Corner tonight, that all pastors who are owners of private universities, please go back to the drawing board. Consider people who worship in your church but does not have the visible power to pay what you have called as tuition fee. But they are devoted worshippers. I remember a friend of mine back then. I am talking about 2005, 2006. She is a devoted worshipper of a church, a very popular church. She was happy when they were going to inaugurate their university. And in her head, because we all were actually, it's not like now when you can write jump, and then if you fail to get your cutoff mark for your university, you can actually go to a poly or attend a college of education. In our own time, you just have to stick to one. If you have chosen one university, and if you cannot beat cutoff mark, you have to rewrite JAMB. So that era, a lot of us were actually suffering and striving to get JAMB. So in her head, she was like, thank God, I will go to my school, this and that, Hey, our church, we are tough, we are this, we are that, we have a university now. She was blabbing and flaunting her church everywhere. What's our own? Okay, go now, no problem. When she came back, she was as cold as ice water. My love, my dear, what happened? And when we came from there, she was like, okay, that place now, no go there. Baba Shaba no go even try. I said, why? She was just expressing herself like, okay, Baba Shaba no go even try. The money is too much. As at that time, it was 500,000. I am talking about 2005, 2006. So pastors should please, you are supposed to elevate people of their poverty. You're supposed to be an agent that reduces poverty. And I know that if you check properly, they want to fix that price to carve out class for their universities, because at the end of the day, it is the average class or middle class people that can actually attend such schools. And at the end of the day, people who cannot amount or does not have such money cannot penetrate such schools. So they have built it for a particular class, not for their members, even though they get this money from their members. And that will be that on that story. Before we move to the next story, which is a teacher was killed by a parent in Delta State. It's a very sad one. But before we go to that, I will be back.
I'm sorry, I'm Shubu, I'm Dide, I'm Dele, Iya Daye, Sovun Daye, Oye Soro, Koto Moro, Yeke, Como Hodo Zanle, Igo Zaye, Awa Wawa, Wama Sheto, Como Dejize, Koto Nize. Tó rán níṣẹ́. Jẹ́lẹ̀ ó sì mí o, jẹ́lẹ̀ ó sì mí. Ẹ̀kọ́ mọ̀ yóò kàwé, ó kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jèrè. Jẹ́lẹ̀ ó sì mí o, ó sì mí. Àwọn àgbààgbà múra ṣiṣẹ́ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. I hope you are enjoying the program. It's your Edu Corner on the Arena show of the Mitv DSTV 255 UHF 47, and you can also watch live on YouTube at MITV NG, at MITV NG, capital letters. You can find that out on the YouTube if you have access to the internet. We like we'll be talking about a lot of trending stories in the education sector. Right now we are talking about a story that happened in the Delta State of Nigeria, Delta part of Nigeria. A parent actually killed a teacher, and here is the full story. Parents have been told to allow teachers perform the duties of inculcating knowledge and moral values into their children and wards. The Chief Inspector of Education, Ika South Local Government Area of Delta State, Mrs. O.M. Olushola, made the call at a special edition of the Parents Teacher Association meeting held on Wednesday at Ali Ahmed Mixed Secondary School. A teacher of Ali Ahmed Mixed Secondary School's late Sunday Ofa was few weeks ago allegedly killed by one of the pupils' parents. The suspect, who is currently in the police net, was said to have stormed the school and allegedly attacked the teacher for disciplining his son. However, Olushola said the meeting was part of efforts to address parents on the issue of the code of conduct following the death of a teacher of the school allegedly killed by a parent. She said, "Teachers are not monsters, but also parents trained to take care of the students under their custody within the hours of 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And teachers trained people to become somebody in the society. Even when a parent has a genuine report against a teacher, the report should be directed to the principal of the school as a matter of due process." She disclosed that Delta State government was already trying to help the family of late Sunday Ofa, who died in active service, while also urging parents to assist the family in the interim. The chairman of the Nigerian Union of Teachers, Mr. Isaac Arimoku, noted there was no punitive measure in education that was designed to kill any child, but to improve them, calling on parents to be mindful of how they react to reports brought to them by their children about their teachers. Speaking at the PTA meeting, the principal of the school, Mr. Cletus Ujedibe, said with the turn of events that took place, teachers, parents, and students had learned their lessons. And I want to talk about this. Gone are the days where parents will specifically go to schools to report their children, to report their words that teacher, discipline this boy for me, discipline this girl for me. She has been doing this at home. She has been doing a lot of mess up at home. Please, I want you. But what we have in this generation that they call Gen Z's generation, teachers are even scared of talking to their own students. Have you seen a scenario where a teacher was actually teaching math? He was teaching math and he was like, okay, you should find X, and you should. This teacher personally shared his experience, and he was going around from table to table to check what they were all doing. And he got to a particular boy's table and he asked, why are you not writing? Why are you not doing this? And the boy answered him, teacher, you wey don define X since all these days. Wetin X don't give you? Now X I go take get money. Now X I go take get this thing. You can see how unhappy such a boy have been. He does not even have interest in education, and now teachers are being exposed to this anger. At what age do you think children should start thinking about money? At what age do you think teenagers should start thinking of accumulating wealth? To the point that parents have degenerated to go to the school of their sports teacher to beat them up, because I know that it would have been the intention of the parents to kill the teacher, but it went out of hand. If someone beats your child, there are ways, there are procedures to do that. I believe that God will continue to rest the soul of the one who died. And then parents, please, we can only make the world a better place if we raise better children. If we are intentional about how we raise our kids. And on this note, Campus Arena is coming to an end. I'll see you on the next segment after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Zaga what? Zaga that. Chop time, no friend. If I did my woman, I know they look another man face. Well. Chop time, no friend. If I did chop my moolah, I know they look another man face. Anything I touch the end, I am continental, sentimental, I'm monumental, baby. See anything I touch the end, I am continental, sentimental, I'm monumental, baby. Zaga that. Cause see me up in my down. I want that only go baby.
Welcome back. It's still your darling Edu Corner on the Arena Show on MITV. Thank you for staying tuned. Today we'll be talking about the criteria needed for choosing a career. Everyone wants to be something in the future. You have a plan. There are adults who are watching this right now. What are those measures you put together to make sure your career is running smoothly? What are those things you did to make sure that your life is better? We are not going to take long on this because it is important to note that everyone wants to choose a career. But how do you go about it? Number one, you need education. Education is important. There are some points on the screen for you. You can actually check them out. But education is important because if you are educated, it will be easier for you to choose. And it will help you to gather information that is relating to what you want to do. Then you have to be disciplined. Discipline in all areas. Discipline helps in all areas, all spheres of life. If you are not disciplined, whatever you are doing, you will lose the integrity that comes with that career. You will lose the benefits that comes with it, because if you are not disciplined, you will not know how to put yourself together. You will not even have courage to project that career you have chosen. Another one is self-motivation. If you don't do it, no one will do it for you. There are a lot of points that we can talk about, but we don't have all the time. I am Toke Bravo. Don't go anywhere. For sponsorship and advert placement, please visit MITV NG or you call 081 377 625 24. For adverts and sponsorship of Edu Corner, please call 081 377 625 24. You can also leave a WhatsApp message on that number. I remain my humble self, Toke Bravo. I'll see you again, same time, same station, next week, Tuesday. I love you. Bye-bye.
Yami obi motel. I want that and go baby. Anything I touch the end, I am continental, sentimental, I'm monumental, baby. Anything I touch the end, I am continental, sentimental, I'm monumental, baby. Situation critical, more clinical, and I no be ordinary, more magical. Be doing, oh critical. Telling me, baby, let's get physical. Me I no be criminal. Show my baby, perfect cellular. Ask me how I'm feeling now. Anything I touch the end, I am continental, sentimental, I'm monumental, baby. touch the enter, I'm continental, sentimental, I'm monumental, baby.
Baba di baba. Baba tó bad. Mo yọ sí lójijì ẹ ṣe wà ládùúgbò yìí.
Mo bí mọ́tò ńlá lè máa gbé wá ní.
Ó yá ìfilẹ̀ lókì mọ́tò ńlá yẹn tí wàá gbé mọ́tò ńlá wa àwọn èèyàn máa mọ̀ pé mo wà lára.
Mọ́tò ńlá yóò ní èsì.
Mo kàn ní pé ìkọ̀sá yọjú sádùúgbò fẹ́ gbé.
Ní èsì bẹ̀ tí mo ní national.
Èsì báwo bàbá ẹ fi ẹ lẹ̀ pé sádùúgbò mo dàgbà lóṣù ọjọ́.
Ìyẹn lóṣù ọjọ́ ó wà pa, mo dúró dédé. Ìyẹn ló dà, ìyẹn ló wà pa, ìyẹn ló dúró dédé. Ok, mo tí mo ní mo fẹ́ fún ẹ sí pé màá tọ rédíò máa dẹ̀ sáà tí mọ́tò máa lọ.
Ọmọ ànífowó ṣe, ọmọ ànífowó ìlú kílẹ̀ yìí ọmọ ànífowó ṣe, ọmọ ànífowó ìlú kílẹ̀ yìí ọmọ ànífowó ṣe, ọmọ ewúrẹ́ dúdú, ọmọ ewúrẹ́ pa, ọmọ ànífowó ṣe, ọmọ àgùntàn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n fún rẹ̀ ní ẹ̀sùn, ọmọ ànífowó ṣe, ọ̀sùn òfàgùntàn ẹ má ṣe fẹ́ mi.
One kilo, 2 kilo, by the kilo, 1B, 1 kilo fair. They've never thought I'll make it to the top, but that's not fair. Thought it mama wow low, thought it daddy wow low. Cause I'm from the house of pain, every damn day not sorrow. My I just solo, I done sorrow. Them be high class, them say we are solo. Mommy that shred has about time for barrel. Daddy that shred has about time for barrel. To put food on the table, come on that big boy walk a payable. Salary daddy was stable, every day call my vegetable. But mommy and the girl the same, how does it go down to film carry label? I'm a landlord, chance why I thought the password, when embarrassed one. One day a crew in the house, I'm frustrated, mommy, I want to tell you. Most of the bone, my life, I got up some money, my job, me, watch out, but tell me about that, I want job.
Ọmọ ànífowó ìlú kílẹ̀ yìí ọmọ ànífowó ṣe.